Look at that. AD MD CCCC XX V11. Roman numeral. The Roman numeral. M1000 D500. That's 1500. C is 100 for century. So that's 4. 15 and 4 is 19. And then X is 10, 2 X's is 20. That's that 1920, 1925, and 1, 2, 1927. So I guess they're saying this building was dedicated 1927 AD. And what building is this? It is none other than... Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's nice. It is none other than the Scottish Rite Temple. You see right there the double head eagle. The double head eagle with the crown and a triangle or pyramid with 33. 33 in a triangle on the double head eagle. That stands for 33 degree Freemason. 33rd degree Freemason. One of the highest levels of a Freemason you can achieve. And its entire building is, let's step back, it is the Scottish Rite Temple. The Scottish Rite Temple in Oakland. You see it right there in Oakland, California, across from the Lake Merritt. Across from Lake Merritt in Oakland. So, this is Triple L, the teacher, 777 and Prophet, reporting straight from Oakland, which is the capital of FEMA Region Number 9. Oakland is the capital of FEMA Region Number 9. You see behind me, I'm standing in front of the Scottish Rite Temple. I'm standing in front of the Scottish Rite Temple, and I just showed you the symbol of the double-head eagle looking east and west with the pyramid or triangle on it and 33 inside. 33 inside the triangle, standing for 33rd degree Freemason. 33rd degree Freemasonry. Now, a little bit about the Freemasonry. Albert Pike, who was a famous Freemason. Matter of fact, he was an inspector general. He's one of the highest Freemasons back during the late 1800s. Albert Pike was a Civil War general. He was a Civil War general for the South. And after the war, he rose up and became a high-ranking Freemason. And so he was 33rd degree. And this is what he wrote. Albert Pike wrote this book, Morals and Dogma. Morals and Dogma. In Morals and Dogma, Albert Pike said, he said that the god of Freemasonry is Lucifer. That's what he said. Albert Pike said the god of Freemasonry is Lucifer. He said, he wrote in the book, I believe it's page 220 or 221, that you may repeat this to the brethren that are the 30th and 33rd degree. And so that means that the Freemasons on the lower end, they don't know. From the first level, from 1 to 29, from 1 to 29, they're kept ignorant. But once you hit that 30th, once you hit 30 degree, from 30 to 33, then they let you in on the secret that their real God is Lucifer. And they worship him by a name, the Masonic god called Jabulon. So I discussed this before on my page, but the significance when I want to talk about it is that Freemasonry basically runs this country. Most of our presidents have been Freemasons, 33rd degrees, 32nd degrees. It's believed that even Barack Obama is a 32nd degree Freemason. He's a Prince Hall Freemason because Prince Hall is a masonry lodge for colored folks. Yes, it's even segregated. It's still segregated. So Prince Hall is for colored folks. It's for Negroes. And even the president, he is believed to be a 32nd degree Prince Hall Freemason. But remember, it doesn't matter. Any Freemason over 30, over the 30th degree, 30 to 33, you realize that your God is Lucifer. So that's very interesting. So then what that would logically mean is most of our presidents and people in power and businessmen, most of our leaders are Satan worshipers because they are high-level Freemasonry. And in high-level Freemasonry, they are aware that they worship Lucifer. And so this shouldn't be a surprise. And so who invented Freemasonry? Where did it come from? Well, we know that Freemasonry ultimately it came from the Roman Catholic Church, but it was to be set up as a Protestant arm. Freemasonry was set up to be the Protestant arm of the Roman Catholic Church, so it would take suspicion away from the Catholics. Okay, Freemasonry it derived out of the Knights Templars. The Knights Templars was a Roman Catholic knight order during the 1100s during the Crusades. Knights from Europe went down to the Holy Land and they protected the pilgrims. Okay, and these knights they're warrior knights, and so they created a society called the Knights Templars. And the Knights Templars eventually became very wealthy, and they even set up the banking system that we use today. The banking system we use today is set up on a model that the Knights Templars set up. And so the Knights Templars became so wealthy and so rich that they rivaled the Vatican. So the Pope ordered that the Knights Templars be disbanded. So the Roman Catholics turned on their own. And Friday the 13th, the Freemasons, well, not so much Freemasons, the Knights Templars was abolished. But what happened to these Knights Templars? A lot of what these Knights Templars did, the Knights Templars went underground. The Knights Templars went underground, and then they reorganized themselves, and they came back as Freemasons. And so ultimately then, Freemasonry comes from the Knights Templars, and we know that Knights Templars were originally a set of the Roman Catholic Church. So basically, Freemasonry still comes from the Roman Catholic Church. So then the Jesuits. Now the Jesuits was invented in the 1500s, and the Jesuits had a specific job. When they were created in 1540, the Jesuits' job was to counter the Protestant Reformation. And so what the Jesuits did, they went to Adam Johann Weishaupt, who was a Jesuit Catholic college professor in Ingolstadt, and they approached him and they said, we want to take over the world, as you know, for the Pope. So Adam Weishaupt came up with six steps to take over the world. The destruction of ordered governments, the elimination of property rights, destruction of existing religions, destroying the family unit, getting rid of inheritance, and patriotism. So if you trip that these 6 things sound very much like communism, especially with destruction of religions, property rights, inheritance, family unit, and there's a reason for that. Because when the Jesuits approached Adam Weishaupt, and Weishaupt came up with these six things, then what happened, the Jesuits used Adam Weishaupt to create the Order of the Illuminati. Okay, but then later, this Order of the Illuminati, they invented communism. That's why communism and Illuminatiism are so similar. they come from the same place, which are the Jesuits. And Jesuits come from Rome, come from the Catholics. So Freemasonry was already invented at the time. Freemasonry has already invented. It already has made the switch from Knights Templars to Freemasonry. So what the Jesuits did, what the Illuminati did, they used the existing structure of Freemasonry and went into it and took it over. Because remember, at this point, we're talking the 1500s, that Freemasonry was already around. So when the Illuminati came on the scene about 200 years later, the Illuminati used the Freemasons' existing structure. They infiltrated it and took it over. But basically, it all goes back to Rome anyway, so it doesn't matter. See, this is the thing about Rome. Rome has its tentacles in a lot of different places. That's why it's hard to pin it down. Because you will look at this one tentacle, and you look at that tentacle, they do that on purpose. Rome, it likes to hide behind other organizations, other front organizations. But, beloved, via Roma, all roads lead to Rome. It all goes back to the Jesuits. So it doesn't matter. So you're talking about your Freemasons, you talk about your Illuminati, you're talking about your Jesuits, you're talking about the Vatican, you're talking about the Pope. It all goes back. And this is why the Bible says, talking about in Revelation 13 and 17, that it's the beast, that's the whore, that come out to sea, and it sits on the many waters. It rules over the kings of the earth. So the presidents who are high-ranking Freemasons, who have allegiance to Rome. And I said before that a lot of our politicians, once they reach a certain level in ranking, what they have to do, they have to surrender their American rights and become a world citizen. They have to surrender their American citizenship and become a world citizen and pledge themselves to be a world citizen. And their allegiance goes to Rome. Their allegiance is not to us. That's why things are the way they are in this country. Because the representatives in Washington, they don't represent you. Even though they're called representatives, who are they representing? They're not representing you. They're representing the interests of a foreign power. Because again, once they rise up to a certain point, they have to relinquish their American citizenship. And this same thing happens in every country. In every country. So it doesn't matter if it's America, the UK, Germany, it doesn't matter. Once you rise up to the certain level, you switch over your allegiance from your sovereign country, and you switch it over to be a world citizen. And the leader of this world group is Rome. I talked to you guys about the three-city empire. That there's three cities that rule the world. It's the Vatican. The Vatican is its own city-state. And then it's London, England. And then it's Washington, D.C. These three cities make up the three-city empire. Washington, D.C., it's in charge of the military. It's in charge of the military of the world. London, England is in charge of the finances of the world. And the Vatican is the spiritual leader. So this is what's going on. And it's all tied in to bring about a new world order. The stuff is going to happen. And the stuff is right in our face. We see the signs. We see the symbols. It's right in our face. The Bible is not a lie. They will have a new world order. Rome, the Vatican, the Pope, the Jesuits are real. And they have already basically taken over the world. But what happened is a lot of us don't know it yet because they're keeping it revealed. But it's going to come a time when they're going to reveal everything. And that's going to be the time of trouble. That's going to be the time of trouble, the Great Tribulation. So that's just some of the things I wanted to bring out. And it's a trip that right here in Oakland, it makes sense because, again, Oakland is the capital of FEMA Region 9. I told you before that FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, has broken up America into 10 regions. They've broken up America into 10 regions. And so California West Coast, we're Region 9. And on the map, it shows clearly that Oakland is the capital of Region 9. And you would think it would be San Francisco. You would think it would be Los Angeles. And why not Sacramento? Sacramento is already the state capital of California. But for whatever reason of this whole FEMA region that takes up many states, this FEMA Region 9, Oakland, California, is the headquarters. So that just let me know that a lot of stuff is going to be happening soon. And again, that, beloved, Christ is coming soon. The New World Order is real. And the New World Order is strong, but Christ is stronger. So that's it for today. This is Triple L the Teacher, 777 and Prophet signing out. Peace. Boo!